The pandemic is raging in the South. Tennessee and Georgia report thousands of new cases daily. We have team coverage tonight as hospitals are running low on ICU beds and families are grieving their losses throughout the Tennessee Valley. Many in the Sequatchie County community are remembering EMA Director Winfred Smith Jr. The city of Dunlap posted to Facebook this morning saying Smith, who also served as the county's 911 director, died from complications of COVID-19. Our Joy Dukes has details on how Dunlap and the fire department honored him today. Joy.
Yes, indeed. Dunlap Mayor Clint Huth requested flags in the city to fly at half-staff in honor of EMA 911 Director Winfred Smith Jr. Trucks from the fire department there formally escorted Smith's body from Erlanger downtown to a funeral home this afternoon to commemorate his service. Flashing lights from Dunlap Fire emergency vehicles led the way to Reed Funeral Home in Marion County, where preparations are underway for the homegoing service of 59-year-old Winfred Smith Jr.
It's just a very, very painful thing to see somebody that's that giving, that's a pillar of our community, that just so selfless, leave here at such an early age.
Smith, who served as Sequatchie County EMA Director and 911 Director, died in the ICU at Erlanger in downtown Chattanooga after a battle with COVID-19.
Over the past couple of days, we learned that his conditions had worsened and obviously prepared for the worst, and we found out last night that he had ultimately succumbed to his fight with COVID.
Sequatchie County Commissioner Bill Hatfield tells Channel 3 it's a hard loss to the community, as Smith spent much of his life in service. First a volunteer in the U.S. Army, then a lieutenant with the Dunlap Fire Department before becoming EMA Director, and an advocate for getting at-risk residents vaccinated.
When the first vaccines came available over a year ago, he was actually on the phone, was making calls to the elderly and the most vulnerable in our community, setting up appointments to make sure that they got the protection, that they needed.
It was that legacy of service that prompted the Dunlap Fire Department's escort of his body.
This is a respect that we usually reserve for active members in emergency services and things of that nature, and that we felt that after his many years of service to the community, to the country, and to the state, he was very deserving of that honor.
While Hatfield says Smith never got around to getting vaccinated himself, county and city officials are encouraging others in the community to continue to follow CDC guidelines, wear a mask, and get their shot. And last week it was announced that Dunlap Fire Chief Norman Hatfield had also been hospitalized with COVID-19. We're told he is in stable condition at this time. While officials are asking people to send prayers to the Smith family, no details on funeral arrangements have been shared yet. For now, reporting live in the studio, Joy Dukes, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.